I wish we had music we could play, Maggie. And
Should I sing, Here Comes the Sun, Little Darling? That's all I know.
That's the most important words. And here comes the sun today because Maggie's here and she's using the stamp set that is called Here Comes the Sun.
Yes.
And
we are not, but
and she's going to show us how to make easel cards, which you're going to love making, and all the different ways she used the Here Comes the Sun stamp.
Right here, stamp and die.
I was just looking for it. You probably noticed that. So good morning, everybody. I hope you had a great 4th of July. We had a wonderful time here in Ankeny, Iowa. What did you do yesterday, Maggie? Anything?
We actually drove up to Clear Lake, Iowa, and they have a great celebration. It was, remember this scene on the beach with on Jaws?
Oh, yes.
That's what it reminded me of.
Oh my gosh.
It was pretty crazy up there. So we had a good time.
It was a great day. Our weather was great here, and boy, we had a lot of fireworks last night. They became legal a couple years ago on the 4th in Ankeny, and so it was really fun. Lots of sparkles in the sky and lots of big loud booms and everything. So
and it was a gorgeous 4th of July. It was hot, but it was breezy, and sitting in the shade, it was just beautiful.
It was nice.
Yeah.
So today, let's tell everybody what's going on today. We are continuing our groovy time. You can see Maggie's got her groovy shirt on.
Peace, love, scrap.
Jan says good morning. Groovy crafting with the hip chicks and a dude.
Oh, I love that.
And I've got a microphone check for me, and I think I got it fixed, but if I don't, then let me know. I know everything is delayed, but I didn't quite have it plugged in all the way, so I think we're good. And Maggie, before we get on to our exciting groove hip time, let's talk about what we did on Monday, because that seems like Friday, because today seems like Monday to me. So back on Monday,
what did we do Monday?
We did this coaster here.
Oh yeah, we did.
This coaster made just for the next couple weeks where we're celebrating peace, love, and crafting, or peace, love, and craft, and so we are moving on with that for this week and next week. We have demos and all kinds of things that are going to take you back to the 60s and the 70s.
And it's exclusive to Memory Bound, so
it is.
You'll always be remember.
Yes, really well.
I love it.
Oh my gosh!
And we talked about taking a picture of you and your friends cropping, and we have little memo pins. That would be really cute on there. But this is a must for everybody's craft room.
It is, and plus if you're celebrating with us these next couple weeks,
Yeah.
so we're flashing back. And then we did show you the little journals, the little blank journals that we now have our logo on them, also for the peace, love, and craft days that we have.
I love that logo. Just the colors.
Just the word groovy. Everybody's saying groovy.
I love it.
Peace on, groovy, far out, man.
I love it.
Make love, not war. But another part, and we're coming back to our projects today, but another part of what we're doing. Okay, it does help to turn my microphone on. Okay, thank you, Diane. She came out and actually got us. Okay, so another thing we're doing is Maggie has made this banner. Our staff, who are super wonderful, as many of you know, turned in photos of themselves from the 50s, or not the 50s.
Although
60s,
some of us could have.
60s and 70s. So what we're doing is each day we're making a guess at who's who. And on Monday, these were the two that we had you guess. And this first one here, a lot of you guessed Diane, and you were correct. And then this one was a little obvious because this is me and Doug from back in, I think it might have been like 1979, maybe 1978. And then today we've got two more people. Oh, Maggie, Chris says sock it to me.
Oh, I love that.
That was a good one too.
Yes.
That was really good. Okay, so today we decided we would start down here on our first two on our banner. So here's our first person that you can guess. And I just love that little scarf and the coat that she's wearing. And this is one of our staff members. A lot of you have talked to her on the phone. She works during the day mostly.
And look at the little patent leather shoes.
Oh.
They're so shiny.
I loved patent leather shoes. And then this is our next person. and she works Tuesday nights and then mostly during the day also. So those are our two for today. You can kind of think about it, maybe guess who you think they might be, and we'll come back to them at the end of the day. I know Maggie gave Teresa the quiz today, and Teresa didn't do very well.
No, maybe she got herself correct.
She got herself.
And she got you and Doug, and I think that was it.
Those are the easy ones for sure. So, all right, well, it is Wednesday, and it is hump day. And
what does that mean?
Wednesday hump day means dump day, and this is Maggie's, her whole thing. She designed dump day, and Maggie, unfortunately, you weren't there last
No,
Wednesday,
so I get to dump today.
So she's dumping today.
Before we start, Kelly, can I show them your outfit?
Oh, sure.
They can't see you.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay with the groovy vibe.
Okay, this is
I'm
Kelly
trying to stay
today.
with the groovy vibe, everybody, and I want to point out my vest.
I
Because
love it.
my mom, back when she worked for Maurice's, she got a vest like this for me, my sister, my aunt, my sister-in-law, and probably herself. And I think my sister and I are the only ones that still have them, and I just thought it was kind of perfect for
Oh my
today.
gosh! And maybe you're the only
So.
ones that can still fit into them.
Well, they're pretty easy. You know, there's not a lot of sizing to these. So anyway, thank you, Mom, for buying this for me. Probably back maybe in the 80s. I'm not sure.
Kelly, I don't want to brag, but I can still wear the same earrings I wore in high school.
Well, I actually have new earrings on. I do have all my high school jewelry, though. I will tell you guys.
Oh my gosh!
And I've been going through it. I have pretty much all my jewelry from ever, and you know, some of it's really dingy and
Wow.
tarnished. It's not like anything was ever valuable.
Okay, so today is Hump Day, Dump Day, and today we're featuring Simple Stories Boho Sunshine.
Which we're featuring for the next couple weeks.
Yes, and I'm using some of the papers from it today. So this one is Bits and Pieces. You get 48 pieces in this dump.
In this dump. Now, if you're just joining us, it's Wednesday, Hump Day, Dump Day. So if you're wondering about dumping, this was Maggie's idea on Wednesdays to dump out the ephemera so you can really see what's in the packages.
People don't realize what good stuff is in here.
And
Look
these
at
colors
that.
are just, oh my gosh, like these colors, Maggie, they're just perfect
I
for
know,
our, for
I
the
love
next
it.
couple
And
weeks.
look, you get words to put on card fronts or layouts.
Maggie, did you have t-shirts like this? Because I did, where they were cropped and kind of tied them up.
Yeah, back when I could wear those.
I couldn't do it now.
But look, you get little flowers and the little rainbows. 48 pieces in here. Oh,
Hey,
look.
I want you to know that Denise says her class ring still fits. And Denise, I found my class ring while I was looking for stuff.
I am so proud of you, Denise. And here we've got some fun banners. There's that one and that one. Lots of rainbows, butterflies. The colors are just fun.
So this is Boho Sunshine Bits and Pieces.
Okay, and then little flowers to tuck in and layer with. Love it.
What
Love
about
those
this?
colors.
There's a record.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah, there's a record and a VW van. Oh, and here's your cut-offs. Here's your Daisy Dukes.
Yep, I remember
If I can pick
cutting
it up.
off.
And you know, you had a picture, Kelly, on Facebook with the pockets hanging out.
Yes.
All of mine were like that. I remember that. Here is mushrooms and ice cream cones, cameras,
There's a choker, or maybe a little headpiece.
sunglasses. So 48 pieces in the Bits and Pieces Boho Sunshine. Doesn't that just
So
make
that's
you
our
happy?
first dump of the day. We're doing
First
3
dump.
dumps. While you open that package, I want to just give a big shout out to Patricia. She's back in California, but she was here visiting last Thursday evening, and she said she loved her visit, and the store is bigger in person, and the staff is helpful. And she brought us some really nice bakery treats.
Oh, she did,
So
yes. Thank you.
They were well loved, I can tell you.
Okay, this one is called Floral Bits. It has 57 pieces, so you're going to get a lot more floral, but here's quite a few butterflies. Just the coloring, I just think it just
I do love
is
those
happy
butterflies.
colors.
Maggie, a lot of comments about your shirt.
Oh, got this at a staff member's crop. I just had to have it. Look at all these cute flowers. Oh my gosh.
Next time we go hippie, we'll have shirts made that people can get. I looked into shirts, and it was just a little too late. I didn't think people would want to be ordering them after our couple of weeks. So next time we'll
remember the
get
smiley faces, and there again we get some more rainbows and some peace signs. So if you like flowers, the floral bits are a good pick for 57 pieces, and those are $5.49. And now we have Boho Sunshine. These are journal bits.
So this is our dump 3 of 3.
Dump 3. So this you could use for your layouts, or you can stamp them and put them on card fronts if you wanted to. But these you can write on. I love, that's what I liked about Peggy's layouts, is she has, she just journaled little bits on each page. But this makes it easy for you.
Move this over. I'm going to move these over to make us a little more room.
I'm trying not to
Maggie's
mix
keeping
them
everything
up.
from getting mixed.
Look at these little banners. You could stamp on those.
So this is the Boho Sunshine,
And
and
this-
it's our dump of the week.
And this is journal bits. But if you like to do just a little bit of journaling, these are perfect for journaling on, and little tabs. And that one has 27 pieces. And that is $5.49 also. I believe all 3 of them are $5.49.
Simple Stories does a nice job with
They
their
do.
ephemera, that's for sure. I want to mention, in case you're not reading the comments, that Elena wore her husband's frat pin, and she got married in 1970.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
there are the journal bits.
From what college, Elena?
All right, Maggie, we have a lot of viewers today. We'll
All
see if she
right.
responds. I'll try to watch for her comments.
So we have 3 dumps today. This one is bits and
dumps.
pieces.
If you're just joining us, that means we are dumping out the packages of ephemera.
This one is floral bits, and this one is journal bits.
Then you know what's in the packages.
Don't those colors just make you happy?
They do. They're great colors.
All right.
And they go really well with our groovy, hip crafting,
Yeah.
peace, love, and craft.
Okay, Kelly, we're off.
All right, where are we going to next?
We're going
Maggie?
over here. You have 3 kits here that you wanted to
Yeah, we wanted
talk
just
about.
to mention
Do you
these
want me
kits.
to video
Oh,
you?
sure.
They want to see your vest anyway.
Yeah, my best. Thank you, Mom. Okay, there's 3 kits that are available, and I know a lot of you like kits because you don't have to reinvent the wheel, or you don't have to design. The kits have everything designed. I want to mention the one from Elizabeth Crafts, the Annette Green class. We have, I think, 12 left of those kits, and what you get, you're actually going to get 2 classes on a private Facebook page on July 22nd. But if you're busy that day, don't worry, you can watch it later. And then it comes with this paper pack that right now you can only get in the kit. You can't purchase this. Unfortunately, you can't purchase it by itself. It's got a lot of reds and blues, really good summer colors. Then you're going to get, in the kit, you're going to get the red
They
planner.
make great paper packs.
Red planner, everybody. Red. Never seen a red planner. You're going to get a few pages for your planner to put inside. And then you're going to get this stamp set that's got lots of kind of travel, adventure words. And you get a die set that's got lots of different pieces here. And I'll flip it over so you can get an idea of some samples that were made with it.
I love that Elizabeth Craft does that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
More than once I've stolen their
There's
ideas.
reinforcements, there's a film strip. I don't know what this long piece is here, so I'll be really curious to find out what that is.
Oh.
And you know, if you're interested in planners or how the planners work, it's a nice class. It's $84.99, includes what we showed you, plus you're going to get 2 classes with Annette Green, who designed the class.
And don't you get like a little pre-class that tells you some homework
Yes,
to
yes,
have ready?
the Facebook page is open now, and there's homework and things like that. So you can do that. Then we do have, believe it or not, this is unbelievable, we have a few of Janet's Life Cibola Cherry card kits left, and we can bop over and look at the cards a little bit, but this is just the kit itself, and it is $36.99, and it makes not 6, not 8, not 10, but 12 cards with leftovers. And it's got all of Janet's instructions and her inserts and everything you need for that. And then we have another kit. So we have 3 kits. Elizabeth
Kelly, the
Crafts.
long slit makes a slit opening in a page.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Good
to
know.
interrupt
No,
you.
that's good to know. Then we have this kit, which I'm going to open it to show you what's in it, but I want to show you the projects. This is a kit from last year's collection from 49 and Market. So if you are a 49 and Market fan, and Maggie, you designed this, and it makes, I think, is it 4 or 5 projects. So you're going to get the directions.
I think 3 projects plus 2 bonus coasters.
So you're going to get the directions, and you get a whole pack of the chipboard pieces, and you get, this is kind of a bonus, you get a little easel, so you can put your projects on there. You're going to get a Tim Holtz frame is in the kit, because you're making one of those. You're going to get a canvas board, and is that 6 by 6 maybe?
6 by 6.
You're going to get your coasters. Ooh, you get a lot of coasters. You're going to get 5 coasters.
Because the main project uses 3 together, and then you get 2 bonus coasters.
And then you get all your pre-cut papers that you're going to need. And look at that little truck. I just want to highlight that, because that is so darn cute.
Yes, and we'll see that in the project.
And you're going to get a die cut word joy, even with the little dot, everybody. And you're going to get some ribbons. And we're going to go show you, let's go show the projects for this right now.
Okay.
Because this is on special for $19.99. It's kind of a Christmas in July special. So let's go check that out, Maggie.
While supplies last, right?
Yes, yep. While we're walking by, you can kind of get an idea of the cherries, Life's a Bowl of Cherry cards. And these all have special cuts or some sort of special feature. Like, look at that one. The middle of it opens up. Janet likes to do slimline cards. You'll see some cards where the ephemera kind of, oh no, that's a surprise for me. It actually opens from the top. So there's 12 cards, and that kit that we showed you a couple minutes ago makes all of them with directions. And then right over here, Maggie, if you want to, here are the projects, including tags. The tags are not here.
The photos are not included, but
but there are really cute grandkids of Maggie's.
Those are the 2 bonus coasters. This is one of the projects.
They're all like mixed media home decor pieces.
That green space is for a photo. This is the 6 by 6 canvas.
And if I pick it up, maybe you can really see the glitter and the dimension. It's got lots of little die cut or fussy cut flowers on it.
And then the Tim Holtz frame with the pickup truck.
Which looks nothing like it looked 2 minutes ago back in the back.
No, and then that's $19.99 for that kit while supplies last.
And that makes 6 projects. The tags are not here, but it does make some really cute tags.
Okay.
Okay. And we have our 10, 20, 30 special. I almost forgot. Okay, well, let's go up here. Everybody's scattering. Our staff is scattering away from us. Okay, well,
I'm going to get on this side of you.
This is really cool. We are having a 10, 20, 30 special through the weekend. So we're doing 10% off of Spectrum Gardenia. It's all 49 and Market, you guys. So if you're thinking about it, we decided we would just have a little bonus special for everybody. So 10, 20, 30, 10% off the 49 and Market Spectrum Gardenia. And I think it's a pretty hip, groovy special, wouldn't you say, Maggie?
Yes. The colors are just gorgeous.
It includes the paper, the laser cuts, the rub-ons, and it includes this, which I've got one of these in my bag, everyone. I've been taking it home because I'm going to make something really cool with it, but I just haven't had a chance. It includes the chipboard, the words, the bubbles and bobbles, and all the individual papers.
So 10% off today. Here's all the individual papers.
Here's the one we used on. Chris used this on her project, and I made cards with it.
That was very popular.
So all the papers. It includes the file set. I think Katie loved these. So that's our 10. We got to come around here for our 20.
What's 20?
20 is purple. It's the purple. It's the color swatch lavender. It's 20% off. We're going to try to remind you of this at the end of the video. Maggie, we got to remember. So it does include the same, the paper, the laser cuts. You guys, we still have the acetate shapes. So those are 20% off. The mini papers, the 6 by 8s. All of that is 20.
So the lavender is 20.
And then ocean is 30.
Oh, wow.
So this is the other color swatch. These are the 3 new collections that we've gotten in. But
This
honestly,
color
we
is
just need to make
beautiful.
a little room. We just need to make a little room on the shelves because there's a lot of stuff coming in.
The colors are just beautiful.
It's very pretty. Somebody was in on Monday and said these were her wedding colors. Was Ocean
Aw.
was her wedding colors.
Diana says she got 2 cherries card kits and it should be arriving today.
Oh, good.
And look at this album. If you
Yeah,
wanted to make an album, now that probably isn't 30% off, but it would go really well. And then here's a lavender album to go with all
That's
the
one
lavender
of those
paper.
limited edition colors from the Snap Binders, lilac.
some
I think that's why I'm getting lilac and lavender mixed up. 'Cause some things are lilac,
Yeah.
some are lavender, but they all are the same color. Okay, so that's our 10, 20, 30. You saw our 3 kits. We did our dump. We did our showed our pictures of our 2 staff members. Maggie, are you ready to do your cards?
Yes, yes. We are ready.
So-
I'll follow this hippie
All right.
back to the classroom.
I'll try to groove back if I can, if I remember how. I tried to wear some shoes that looked a little groovy. I think I might have had shoes kind of like this, but I don't know if they're totally hippie or not, but they do make me really tall, everybody.
Taller than me.
I'm super tall today. Let's see. Okay, so our next step here. Oh, I thought we were out of this one. I'm
There's
glad we're
2
not.
left. I
Whoa,
saw.
all right, all right. Have a nice daisy. Okay. All right, Maggie, take it away.
Well, I just brought the whole Dare to be Artsy line over because I just love the stamp and die sets. So I just, even though I didn't use any of these today, they're just really cute. This one is the mushroom one. This is called Mushroom Messages. It has the stamp set and the matching die set. This one is Groovy Van. And the thing about this one is this die will cut out.
Did you happen to bring the Groovy Van paper?
Does this one? Yeah, here
They have a pattern paper.
It will cut out that. And Janine made a cute little card using this van, and it just cuts it out perfectly on this paper.
Well, I think it cuts out some other stuff on the paper too.
Probably.
Like the flowers.
Yeah.
I think it's going to cut out
Oh,
some of the
this one
flowers.
right here.
And I think the word love, it's going to cut out.
I gotta have
And
this.
Groovy.
I don't have this one yet.
Maggie's selling herself on it.
This is the Dare to be Artsy Feeling Groovy Variety Pack. You get all of those papers, 12 sheets, 2 of each. And again, then if you want to be able to cut these out, this is the die set that goes with this stamp set that goes with this.
There's not a lot of companies that are doing that. Photoplay has a similar thing, but it's not an actual pattern paper. So that's really clever.
And then we have the lava. It says Good Times Roll. And we've got our roller skates and our lava lamp. And that, again, has the matching die set. We also have our special of the week,
yes.
while supplies last, $3.99 for these flowers. And Kelly, we have a few of those
Here,
flowers
let me walk
we
over
cut
there.
out.
They're normally, we have them priced at $9.99 normally, so they are less than half price. And here's some flowers that Maggie made with them. And while I'm over here, maybe I should show how she put them on our banner. So all the flowers on our banner are from that Fun Stamper's Journey. I think it's called Spring Blooms. And everything we've shown you today that's on special, you're going to find it if you go to memorybound.com and go to specials. And the coaster kit that we have, the little journals, our 10, 20, 30 is there. So and so is this die set.
So today's feature stamp and die set is called Here Comes the Sun. It's one of my favorite songs from the 70s. I believe it was in the early 70s when it came out, and I can't even tell you who sang it. That's terrible.
I
but
don't know
love that
either,
song.
but it is a very popular song.
I have a little college story
Here
about
comes
that
the
song,
sun,
but
da,
we
da,
won't
da,
go
da.
into that.
We're not going to talk about that.
But I just love this, and I love the sayings. It comes, You Are My Sunshine song is in there. Here Comes the Sun song. Here's a little quote by Steve Martin. A day without sunshine is like, night. And that's a Steve Martin
I didn't know
quote.
that was Steve Martin.
Yeah,
I love that.
And so it has the matching die set. This is my favorite one, and I used it today, but I'm also going to use it on the coaster coming up next week. But that's my favorite part of this die set. But like I said, I didn't ever used to think I needed the matching die when I bought the stamps. But after playing with this, I'm going, okay, this is way better than fussy
You need
cutting.
to have both.
Yes. So anyway, that's the featured
Maggie,
stamp.
we're getting a lot of responses about the Beatles. Here Comes the Sun.
Oh,
is the
that's
Beatles. It's
right.
Like, oh, yeah,
I should
we
have
knew
known
that.
that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I knew that.
I do know some more words of the "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine."
Yeah.
You make me happy when skies are gray.
The first part of that song is happy, but the second verse is kind of sad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of can be sad. But anyway, we have some boho color vibe. These
Oh,
are the
yeah.
chipboard bits. We could have dumped those, Kelly, because there's
Oh.
some cool stuff. But look at the colors, and they go so well
They're
with this
perfect
whole
with
line.
our. Why don't you dump
Yes.
that? Well, go ahead
Should we
and
dump
them. I
it?
think
It
we've
is
got
hump day,
time.
dump day, right?
It's hump day, dump day. We might as well dump again.
Yes, I love this set because you can use it over and over. Ooh,
Chris
I like
says
how
it's
they.
1969 is Here Comes the Sun. So you were pretty close, Maggie.
Oh,
All right, so we're dumping the color vibe. The boho is one of the new color collections or parts of the family, but you can get these chipboard bits in all of the different color families.
Oh, and you can use these in so many different ways. On layouts, they're a little heavier than ephemera. They're a little bit more like chipboard, but you get little frames, and all of those punch out. All of these punch out, and you can use them. But look at all the fun stars.
I think Teresa has stamped on them.
And arrows and hearts. And if you're doing a fun little layering project, these are great. Like you could stamp on that, anything you wanted to. You could just write people's names and put them below their photos. If you were doing even a genealogy, those would kind of fit under there nicely.
So, and I think what Maggie's saying is how well they look with boho sunshine, because this is the boho sunshine paper from Simple Stories.
Look at the
But
colors.
Maggie, grab that Dare to Be Artsy. They match the Dare to Be Artsy collection also.
This
We need to
one
put
right
these.
here.
We need to link this with it, because
Yes.
so then slide it over this way.
Isn't
So you
that
can
gorgeous?
see how well they match.
And there is this paper right here that has that shade of green behind it, and that's why I chose that green for the banner.
Oh, okay.
Because it went with this. We might as well dump this too,
Oh, we can-
right?
All right. That would be 5
let's
dumps
dump.
today. It's Wednesday, hump day, dump day.
Okay, in this set, you get 12 sheets, 2 of each.
There's 6
Paper.
designs and 2 of
Yes.
each design.
So this one, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So you get 2 of those. You get 2 mushrooms, but the greens and the oranges. And you get 2 of the lava lamps with that makes sense. So you can cut these roller skates and lava lamps out.
They can be cut with this right here. And I believe the
Yes,
flowers
Flowers,
also.
yes.
The flowers
Ooh,
you can die
someone
cut.
did a nice job of designing
They
this.
did.
And this, I love the green and the oranges together. And look at the border strips. Those would be great for layering. Oh, I guess there's one more set back there hiding. And then you get a strip. Oh, what's on the other side? That's pretty.
And Dare to Be Artsy is such a nice company. It's owned by Cindy, and she's, it's a small business like Memory Bound, and they're located in the Kansas City area, so they're close by.
Kelly, this is where I got the idea for the Posca pen. Was
Oh.
all the little details on the flowers. And the layering and
We have a question, but do you have a bell? Oh, there's the bell.
yes.
Somebody wants to know if we have a die that I think is like these banners here.
I know
So
we've had dyes
we've
in
had
the
it.
past.
Teresa's buzzing by. We'll ask her.
Yes.
Somebody's looking for a die, Teresa, that kind of mimics these banners. I know we've had it in the past. Do you want to have a look-see?
Yeah.
All right, Teresa's having a
I'm just
look-see.
going to
Maggie's
set
picking
this
up our
over
dumps.
here.
We're going to have some cleanup to do later,
Yeah.
that's for sure, Maggie.
We'll put that dump
But
over
we
there.
don't mind.
Okay.
Okay.
So today I focused on, again, this stamp set with the die. Here Comes the Sun. And so I just wanted to make some fun. I used the boho sunshine. These are
Here, let me
some
go
of the
here.
ones I used. I tried to find the ones with the suns on. And what's on the other side? Oh, that's got smiley faces. But those are the main ones that I used today on the cards. And if you know me, I love easel cards. Just love, love, love making them. And I don't know if you haven't seen how it works. It closes up like that. And then when the recipient gets it, they open it up and it has a little door stop right here. And that's a lot of times where I put my sentiment. Again, it closes like that, just like a regular A2 card. And then this is the doorstop. And when I send it to my friends, Kelly, that don't know
any
the
better,
crafty, I usually put a little sticker in it and say, "This is an easel card. Stand it up."
Well, I love easel cards because
too.
you can display them, and how inspiring is that? It says, "You are my sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Wishing you nothing but good vibes and blue skies." And just having that sitting around is cheerful.
And so today, what I wanted to focus on was taking the sunshine and making, I call them rays cards, where the rays are coming out. And so let's start with this one. This one, I cut some wedges, I guess, and I left some white in between. And so then you can see all of these papers are over there. And I cut them really thin. They got a little wider as they went along. This is that die cutting out the
little sun.
This, I took the stamp.
Yeah, this was tricky.
I took this stamp and then stamped it once and then turned it upside down and stamped it again. And then I just punched it out with a circle punch. And then this one, this is the little face, and he shows up.
Where's the little face?
Oh, let's see. There he is. He's right there.
Oh, way up at the top.
Yeah, maybe you can see him a little better, but he's such a cute little face.
There, that's better.
I can probably take it out of mine. And so you can put those on the sun, and these were leftover pieces. Actually, I had the bigger parts of these left over, so I used them over here on this little sun.
That's such a cute idea.
Yeah, and this was just a cut apart. There is a page with all the cut aparts, and so I just made one to show cut aparts. And then this one I'm going to kind of show as a demo. Oh,
thanks,
very
Teresa.
good.
Teresa's got some options for us. Thanks,
and
Teresa.
I'm going to kind of show you how to do the rays on the front of a card. So that's my demo today.
We want to know how to do that. And there's a few people that can't get the song out of their head.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you will be singing that song all day long. It'll just be in your head all day long.
But at least it's about sunshine.
Yeah. So what I wanted to show you today.
So Maggie, before you show that, should we show these?
Yes, yes.
So Teresa went out scouring around the store to look for some banners. And we do have this one from Pink Fresh. And the cool thing about it is they're all hooked together, so you can cut out a bunch at once.
That's a great idea.
And this is called Basic Banners. And then there is a stamp set that goes with it, so they've already figured out what fits inside your banner for stamping. And this is one stamp. It looks like it's maybe 10 stamps, but it's one big stamp. So, and it's Basic Banners also. So you would stamp that whole stamp and then run it through your die cut and get all kinds of banners at once.
So in one swipe, you would get all of those banners. That's a great idea.
Or you can stamp them, or you can leave them blank and stamp them later if you want to. And then she also found this Elizabeth Crafts. This is book. Okay, what is this called? I think, Book Box.
I have my glasses today, Kelly.
Maggie can read today. So this is Book Box, and there's a couple banners there, and those are neat because they're stitched. And then the one on the back might be more of what Maggie showed, because it's got those score lines to fold it back and then make it look like it's a little more dimensional. And that's $34.99, and it's a little more because it does have big dies on it, and it has two sheets of dies.
Wow.
So there's we actually had options, Maggie. I love it. Oh, and this one, okay, that one I might need you to unhook. That is like a bow maker from Pink Fresh.
Those are cute.
And we actually made them up. So you could use maybe this kind of for a banner, but it's made to make those bows.
Yeah, very nice.
Paper bows. Pretty cool.
I like that. Okay, and that is by Pink Fresh, right? And
Yes,
that is
yep.
$15.99. They're just so dimensional.
We
I
got
like
more
that.
people with the song stuck in their heads.
Shall we sing it again,
You
Cal?
are- which
Here
one?
comes the sun. Or are they singing You Are My Sunshine?
You are my sunshine. I don't know, but it's a sunny,
Well,
happy day.
when
here
we
at
bring
Memory
out
Bound.
the coaster next week, I have been singing You Are My Sunshine for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Randy
Yes.
says enough.
We do have another coaster. We have 2 coasters for this promotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Well, I'm
so,
anxious to see how to do this.
well, today I've got some pieces that I've planned ahead here, but first I'm going to just show you how I made these easel cards. Very, very easy. You just take a A2 card, you fold it, and then the easiest way I can tell you is to take the front, and let me see so I can show you this. Take the front, and you can either do this just like this, or you can score it halfway, but it's just halfway. So I would probably score this. This is 4 1/4. I would score it at 2 1/8. But you can just fold it too.
You
Just
can
half.
fold it.
So this is how I do it. Is I make this tent. This is how I remember how I do it. It looks like a tent, and this is how you make your easel card. Then you take another A2 size of paper, right here, and then this goes right here, and you just adhere that like that.
Right along the edge.
Yep.
I love it.
And then I always work in 1/4 inch increments, and so this is going to be my mat. I thought black looked really nice with these.
Black looks really good on
And
your
then
cards.
this is another 1/4 inch down. So we've got 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Your mat is 4 by 5 1/4. And then the piece that you're going to be working with is 3.75 by 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so this is the piece we're going to be working with today. So these easel cards are so easy to make. All you do is take that front, fold it in half, and that makes your...
And I like that you brought over the easel card bases from Photoplague, because if you want it already cut and scored for you, and these actually go the other direction. These are going to be vertical, and Maggie's showing us the horizontal.
Yes.
And this is $5.99, and you can make 6. So they're about $1 each for the card bases, and they do come in black and white.
And
White
they're
might be a different price. White is $4.99.
Very, very easy. That makes it really easy.
Yeah.
Don't even have to score. Okay, so I'm going to start out with this piece. This is the smallest piece, and that's going to be my card front. That's going to be this piece right here.
All right,
and
here, let me go over
anytime
here.
you do any of these, all you do is take that card piece, and it can be any piece of cardstock because it's going to be covered. So any piece of cardstock that you want. And what I wanted to do was, today also I'm showing you, after I cut my wedges, I ran them through an embossing folder. And I brought over some embossing folders
Oh, you
right
did.
there that you can use any embossing
Whatever
folder.
you have. So there's the paisley.
Anything that
And
you
this,
have.
I think, is the blanket stitch.
I like that one for quilting.
And this one is called Geometric Flowers, which would be good. And then this, I think, is Ironworks. And this one might be linen.
But any embossing
Woven. That
folders
one's
that you
woven.
have would work.
Yeah, whatever you have at home. If you want to just add a little more texture,
Little
to
texture.
it, you could.
So what I wanted to show you is that stamp, how it stamps. Let's see, right here. This stamp right here. And the little face fits right in there. It
And that's
also
separate.
fits in the flower, and it fits in this sunshine. This is how I got this piece right here. So I just
okay.
stamped on the edge of the watercolor paper. I love stamping on watercolor paper. But the color I use, this is my sunshine color, mustard seed.
That's a good sunshine color.
Yeah, and the thing about mustard seed is the first time when I was using my Misty, when I stamped it, it was much lighter yellow. And then if I stamped it again, it would get a darker and a more intense.
That's different.
I love mustard seed for sunshine. It's really, I tried wild honey and it got a little bit too orange. So the mustard seed is your best color as far as
is that what you used here, Maggie?
I did, yes.
It's a good groovy 70s color for sure. And it goes very well with the
You know
boho
what? I take
sunshine.
that back. On that one, Kelly, I think I might have used a different yellow. I might have used fossilized amber on that one. I'm not, that doesn't seem like the same color. I can't tell you. I think that might have been fossilized amber. That was my first try, and then I found mustard seed. I like
and
mustard
Peggy
seed.
says mustard seed is her favorite color.
It's
for
a
the
beautiful yellow, just a beautiful yellow. So what I'm going to show you is how to do these wedges, and you can make them any size. Like over there, I made them much skinnier. Over here, they're a little wider.
So there's the skinny ones, and you could still butt them up next to each other if they're skinny. And here's a little bit chunkier.
So for this card front, again, this is 3.75 by 5. I took, you can take, just cut your paper in half so you have 6-inch width. You're going to have a lot left over, and you can use it on another card like that. And so what I did is I took a cutter, trimmer, and this is 1.5 by 6. And you just lay it on your trimmer so that it goes from one point
corner to corner,
to the other.
opposite corners.
Yeah, just like that. And you cut them. And now you've got two, I call them wedges or rays. So you've got your pieces.
6 by 1.5.
1.5, but you could do 6 by 1, and they'd be thinner.
On the size you want. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
So then what I do is I took a punch, a circle punch, and I punched a yellow. I just had a scrap. This is actually a color vibe. And then I cut it in half for the sun. And so then I wanted to decide where I wanted that sun. Did I want it over here, or I could have it up here. Either way, you're going to put your rays. But we're going to do just right here. And I'm just going to just put a tiny dot on here because I want to be able to see where I'm working. So I just eyeball it right about the middle. And I'm not gluing that down yet. Okay, so then you've got all your wedges, and if you can catch that texture, I just put them through embossing folders. And so that's kind of a leafy one. This is a honeycomb. I don't know whether you can pick that up or not.
Yeah, we can see it really well.
And this one is, that's the same leaves. This one, they're just different random ones. Oh, this one is that steel-plated Tim Holtz one. So anything that you have, just enough to give it some texture. So now I mixed these up, but that's okay. We're going to start out.
Did you have them in order, maybe?
I kind of did, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take these two. I think I can do it. And I want to, since this is in the middle, I'm going to eyeball where that middle is, and I'm going to make that straight up and down right in the middle, and then butt those.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of like that. So I want that. It makes, otherwise if you start on one end, sometimes they start slanting, where if you start in the middle, then you know that you've got that straight up piece. So then what I did is,
Janet said this is a great way to use up your scraps.
yes.
So when you're done with a project, cut it into wedges and do your card fronts. You don't have
Yeah.
to finish them, but you just have card fronts for...
Exactly. And so we're going to put that, and they're just going right down the middle of that sun.
And if you're just joining us, Maggie's showing us how to make these sun ray card backgrounds, and she's using the Boho Sunshine collection from Simple
I'm going to just move that now because I don't really need it, and I don't want to tape stuff on top of it. So there we go. And then let's take this one and this one. Since I messed up my pile, it's not going to make any difference.
She had it all designed.
You could make it random, but I kind of like how it goes from one side to the next. So we're going to go here, but it
So
sure
you're
could
doing
be.
like a pattern.
I'm doing a pattern, but it doesn't have to be. But see how I started in the middle? that prevents your rays from going wonky. Nothing wrong with
That's
wonky.
good to know because I didn't realize that about it.
Okay, so now we've got that, and you kind of eyeball it. I probably am off just a little bit, but it's okay. So we're going to take this one next. And if you're going to sew on these, it doesn't matter how, they don't have to be quite as taped down.
So Maggie's talking about this where she actually zigzag stitched between the different layers. So you got out the old sewing machine, huh, Maggie?
Yes, and one thing I learned was this paper, the suns ended up upside down on me. Not always. I suppose each time I cut, the opposite one was upside down, but that's okay. It's just pattern. So we're going to put that there. And then what am I missing here? I can put one of these. Are
we going random now, Maggie?
No, we're random. It's okay.
She had plans.
I had plans, but that's okay. It'll be fine. We'll just do this one here. And you know what? I didn't use even all of the pattern paper. There's other patterns.
Did you run out of adhesive,
Yeah.
Maggie?
I wish I could do that
We
at
run
home
it-
when I run out of. Maybe Randy could
Or
come running.
or when I'm watching TV and I need a snack, I'm sure Doug would come running as fast as he could.
Yes.
All right.
Could I get a tape runner?
She ran out of adhesive.
It doesn't matter. Whatever's in the drawer.
Traces on it.
Okay. And you know what? I use liquid glue also. I use my Nuvo glue all the time on this.
Hey Maggie, while you're waiting for adhesive, why don't we go back and decide if
Oh.
anyone's guessed who's who on our
Have you
banner?
seen a lot of guesses?
There's hasn't been a lot, but I think there will be if we show it again. So Maggie, while Maggie's waiting for adhesive, and I'm sure we have some here at Memory Bound.
Thank you.
She made a banner with all of our staff who sent in their photos from the 60s or 70s. And today we're featuring this little cutie pie with the patent leather shoes and the little coat, little Easter coat it looks like. And look at the coordinating purse.
And Kelly, she's still cute, isn't
Oh,
she?
yes, of course. And this looks like a senior picture. So if you want to put out your guesses, and then somebody asked to show the whole banner. So I'm just going to walk down the whole banner here so you can see everybody.
And Teresa works here, and she only got about 2 or 3 correct.
Yes.
Of course, I
Yeah.
only gave her 5 seconds per photo.
It's hard, you guys. It's hard. You think it would be easy. Oh, they're guessing Diana. So you are right. That is Diana. And I gave clues for this one. I said she works mostly during the days, and you probably talked to her on the phone a lot. Janine. Oh, Donna got it. That is Janine. So there is our Janine, and here is Diana. Wow, a couple people guessed Janine. Diana I got because of her granddaughter. They look a
Yes.
lot like her.
Yes.
But a lot of them are guessing Janine, Maggie.
Very good. I would never have guessed that, but once I knew it was her, I could see her mouth.
So do you have adhesive again?
I do.
Okay.
And this,
Oh, you got
yeah, and that's okay because I just tuck it behind. And some of this won't show anyway. Okay, so we're getting towards the end here. So you just keep butting them up against each other.
Yep, looks good.
And we're gonna. And again, I cut them 6 inches. For a A2 card, they probably don't need to be 6 inches. But when we cut them off, you're going to have some fun pieces to make another sun.
Oh, I bet we are.
And let's see.
And you could do this for other projects too, not just card fronts, but your
Yes.
scrapbook layouts,
Oh
or if
my
you're doing
gosh.
a mixed media background.
I could see Peggy making rays on her.
I think we're
Okay.
all wondering what you're going to do with that little scrap, that little tiny white piece there.
And it's okay because we can just, let's do this one.
So
And
Maggie,
these,
you have a really good attitude. Maggie is using an adhesive that now it puts out little big rectangles
Yeah.
really compared to other adhesives.
well, and we're getting down here to the tiny part, so, and that's okay because most of this won't show. Okay, so now we've covered the entire card front, and again, that card front is 3.75 by 5. And that
Are
can
we
be
stuck to the
any,
table?
yeah, a little bit. Okay, that can be any piece. Isn't that pretty just by itself?
Yeah, it's just a nice fan.
And Kelly, can I get you to get me one of those scissors? Because I sure didn't bring scissors. How could I
let me go around the corner.
How could I do a project and not bring scissors?
All right, I'm getting Maggie some scissors. I'm going to show you our cool background. If you stop into Memory Bound, come in and get your picture taken here with our groovy background. Looks like paint splotches or graffiti.
And we have frames for you to put your head through. Okay, so now you just go to the back. And
Shannon
you
says
just,
it's a peacock.
Yes, isn't that pretty? Or a fan.
Yeah, a fan.
Okay, and then you just cut right along the edge of your card.
And another suggestion, Maggie, is cover your base with adhesive and then you can just stick them down.
And I thought about that too. Sometimes if I want to adjust them, then they were all stuck. So I found that it was better to maybe just do one at a time, but you're right, you could do that. It would have been easier with that tape. But see all these little bigger rays that you could now make into bigger rays for your son on another card. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're going to cut. I'm already planning the next card before even this one's done.
I'm thinking, so that's kind of what she did here.
Yes, they were laying on the table, and
she just couldn't stop. And I wanted to show this again while you're cutting because I want people to see the black. Because Maggie's got me using a lot more black cardstock.
It makes your colors
It makes
pop.
everything pop, and you can get black in packs of 25, either 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12. So.
Okay, so those are for your next set of cards. And so I have my easel card ready here. And what I like to do here is to pop this one up. So we're going to put some
just got a little sun
pop
there.
dots. And again, this is just a half of a circle.
And we will take pictures of all of Maggie's cards so you can help remember them if you want to make them yourself.
But you can just sing the sun, Here Comes the Sun song, or You Are My Sunshine, or play an old Beatles album while you're making this. Okay, so then this just goes on here. And then,
oh, thank you.
Again, I like just a tiny bit of black to outline. A quilter told me once, Kelly, that black gives your eye a place to rest when you've got all this pattern going on. So just a little bit of black.
While you attach that, Teresa was been out and about, and she found this Totally Tracy stamp that has the same type of banner. We had been asked about it when people saw this chipboard, and this isn't a die, but it is a nice stamp that you could use, and it is the same design. So we've got options, Maggie.
Yes, we do. Okay, so now you've got that card front that you cut, the same size as an A2 card, and we're going to put that on the front. See how that black just makes that. Okay, now, since we don't have our sewing machine here, I'm going to show you another way to make stitches to add a little bit of interest. So I'm going to take the Posca pen, and Katie told me that make sure you shake it up really well, and then you get a much more concentration of the white.
It's like a paint marker.
Yeah, and we're going to just add little stitches here, since it is kind of a quilt looking
Well, and
card.
speaking of quilts, our fabric has arrived. We should let everybody know that our Tim Holtz fabric is here.
It is gorgeous.
And we have a friend of mine named Dawn. She's a professional quilter. She's coming in today to help us kind of learn more about cutting fabric and things. So
I think we'll do it across the
quilting
bottom.
is coming soon, everybody.
It is gorgeous fabric. And some of the Christmas is flannel, isn't it, Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're just adding some stitches, and you could do this in black too if you wanted to. We have black Posca pens, right?
So over here, so we do have black and white Posca
Yes.
pens. They're like a paint marker, paint pen, and you, just like Maggie said, be sure and shake them up. So here's where she added black highlights. And now she's showing us, and she's got white. Oh no, that's stitch
real
lines. That's
stitching.
And then she's got white on this one.
So what I thought I could do is just put stitching like you would if you were a real quilter
Oh, along all the.
along the edges. I was going to put little X's like it was zigzag, but since this has got X's, I thought maybe that might fight it. So we're just going to go along just like somebody hand stitched.
And
This.
the Posca pens do come in gold. They come in gold and silver and black and white.
Kelly, I didn't know that.
And, there's quite a few colors, and there's a whole category under Posca pens. Oh, Janet's so on the ball. She's already linked it. So if you want to see more of what we have, you can go to the link, or you can just type in Posca, Posca.
And they come in different point tips, don't they, Kelly?
Yes, they do. There's I think 3 different tips.
The one I'm using is 0.7.
I think you have the fine metal tip there. So here's some flowers that Maggie did, where she used the white Posca pen. She said she was inspired by the Feelin' Groovy collection from Dare to Be Artsy. But there you can see, you know, if you look at them from a distance, they just look like they're really cool flowers with lots of patterns. But if you saw like just a plain, you know, just a plain one versus adding the little Posca embellishments, they do add, it does add a lot.
Okay, so
Oh gosh, and Maggie went really crazy here. Check this one out. She drew lines across every petal.
yeah, that was a fun one. Again, you can just make up a bunch and then sit in front of the TV and watch your Netflix as you're binge watching.
Gotta love binging on Netflix.
We binge watch at our house.
binge,
Yes.
binge and binge. Shannon says the fabric would make a nice journal cover, and it would. We've got
Oh
a
my gosh.
beautiful journal that somebody made Diane, that Kim made for Diane, and we are going to be showing that.
I want to make a Halloween pillowcase out of the Halloween
Oh,
for my grandkids.
Oh gosh, look at Chris, thank
Oh
you.
my
Welcome. Look at those
gosh, Chris,
groovy
I did
colors.
not
There's lots
know
of
that we
cool
had all
colors.
those colors.
Yeah, they're fun.
Chris
right?
is on the ball, which is nice to have Chris back. And she went out on the floor and got us all kinds of Posca colors. So you can see there's lots to choose from.
So you could have had any color stitching. Okay, so this is all stitched. It just gives it a little more detail. And then
You've got
basically,
good stitch lines, Maggie. Wow.
I can't hand sew them that perfect, I guess, but and then this just goes onto the front of your card, and then you can just cover this with one of these pieces of paper, and then you make your doorstop using your pop-up dots, foam pop dots. That's how these are all popped up, so they become a doorstop.
So this piece down here on the front is actually popped up so that your front of your card catches on it and stops it like a doorstop.
Yes. And so you can actually write your note to the people either right here or right here. Sometimes I'll do it right here so then it doesn't show when you have it displayed on your mantle. But you know how sometimes you get regular cards and they just keep falling down when you're trying
Yeah.
to. These are just made to be a little bit extra for a special card.
And Maggie does love easel cards because you've had classes where you
I love
made
making
easel
them.
cards. Well, you make it seem easy.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's gotten much easier for me. When I first started doing it, just trying to read the directions, I was like, what the heck? But all I need to remember is take the front of your card, fold it in half, and make a tent. And it's very easy. Or you can even make it easier and buy one of the photo play, and you get to make 6. And those are the vertical ones.
Yeah,
and
so
you
if you
can
want
make
vertical.
6x6 easel cards. You can make 5x7 easel cards.
Right, you're right. Whatever you start with.
Yes, as long as you have a matching envelope, you can make any size you want. And if you don't want to use an
with
envelope,
your card base.
yeah. So if I had these left over, I would take the other half of that sun, and I would start putting this together and make a fun little sunshine card. All my little.
Janet said if it doesn't sit properly, just burnish it with a bone folder.
Yes. But look at this. You could even cut a full circle on this.
Oh, that would be neat on a layout.
Yeah. And then you would have your big sun, and it would cover all these pieces. And that would be another layout or
Very
a card.
cool.
Yeah. And I think that's it, Kelly. That's what I wanted to share with you today. And
Well,
next
it was
week
great.
you're going to be singing another song next week. Another
We
sunshine
love the throwback
song.
songs, don't we?
Yes. So thank you for stopping
Well,
in
Maggie,
today.
thank you very much. You've been a big contributor because you did the coaster on Monday, and then today you've got the cards, and tomorrow Peggy is here with a layout, and it's actually a layout kit, a page kit using
wow.
the Boho Sunshine, and then Friday Katie is here. So we have Peggy tomorrow and Katie on Friday, and just want to remind everybody about our special on the flower. I call it Flower Power, but it's actually called Spring Blooms. Are normally $9.99 and they're $3.99.
And they cut really well.
Maggie knows she cut
Yes.
a lot of flowers.
In fact, I put 2 pieces of cardstock together, and it cut very nicely.
Oh, it cut them both.
I didn't have any problems with the cutting on this, so it was a really nice die for $3.99. You can't. I mean, you always need flowers.
And then remember, we have about a dozen left of the Elizabeth Crafts Summer Workshop Kit, and that is a kit, but it's also a class that's going to be on a private Facebook page. And we have a few of Janet's Life's a Bowl of Cherries card kits. I wanted to show the kits because I think a lot of people like kits, and it's something to do in the summer when you want to come in and stay in from the heat. And then we do have Maggie's Holiday Wishes Mixed Media Class Kit, and that's on special for $19.99. And don't forget our 10, 20, 30 promotion with 49 and Market, 10% off of Gardenia, that beautiful bright fun colors, festive. And then we've got 20% off of Ocean or Lavender, and then 30% off of Ocean. So it's a 10, 20, 30 deal.
Far out.
It is far out. So Maggie, I think it's time to split.
Yes. Peace
And
out from
peace
Memory
out
Bound.
from Memory Bound, everybody. See you tomorrow.